Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also do fun little videos here on YouTube. And I also stream on YouTube now. That's right, I do stream on YouTube as well. Well, the new update is out for Don't Starve Together. If you didn't have a chance to watch my beta video, here is the full release already ready to go. It came out around 1 p.m. EDT, so it's right now about 3 o'clock my time. I just had a chance to kind of check around everything, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, some of this stuff is going to be a little bit similar and or a little bit different than what you are seeing on the beta video that I released, but let's go ahead and skim through it really fast. Today we have released a little drama along with the quality of life update and Hollow Knights on Steam, so you will have Hollow Knights available as well, so all your servers and everything will be forced up on that. This is a big update, so stay with me here. There's a lot to cover. A little drama changes. The survivors can now use a stage to show off a little bit of whoever is watching. So if you didn't have a chance to watch my video, I will skim through this pretty fast, but if you did get a chance to already watch it, I'm going to go through the little bits of changes that they did for the live branch at the very end. So let's keep going. The survivors can use the stage to show off a little bit of whoever is watching. The survivors can don special costumes to help them tell other stories as well. Costumes can be found in the Briar set piece, which we now know the Briar set piece turns into little hounds. Added the mannequins to hold and show off their equipment. The stage Briar set pieces will automatically be added into the existing worlds. Now, be careful with this because I have seen things in the past. I'm very curious and a little cautious on my Megabase world to find out where the hell they're going to stash this. Apparently, it does. The world detects like exactly where there's something not present, and it will put it in there. People have talked about how they've ended up in the water. So make sure you save your Megabase worlds before this happens. Anyways, let's keep on going. They added a new playstyle and game mode and preset change highlights. So they added a new relax mode, which generally is basically from Pocket Edition, giving things like survivors will take 35% less damage from sources, will be damaged but not killed by starving, freezing, overheating, or even from darkness. Hound waves and shadow creatures from low sanity are set to less. Ghosts can revive at the floor of postern, and the world will not reset when everyone is dead. Wildfires are disabled. Game modes presets added a server playstyle indicator, which now is completely different. So we will no longer see social, cooperative, competitive, madness, all that other stuff. The settings controlled by the Wilderness and Endless modes can now be set in world settings. Wilderness and Endless games modes have been converted to presets. Existing worlds will be retrofitted. The preset No Giants Here has been removed. New world settings, temperature damage. These are basically things for the world that's been added. So temperature damage, hunger damage, darkness damage, max health penalty, damage taken 35%, spawn mode, survivor death, ghost sanity drain, death reset timer, and basic resources. So essentially you can play survival mode now, but you could turn off ghost sanity drain. So if somebody just dies in the world and they're just AFK or something, they don't have to be kicked, but the sanity drain will not be affected. So that's actually really good for survival mode specifically. Okay, quality of life changes. Recipe cards can now be found throughout the world. Reading a card will say the recipe of a crockpot dish, which is awesome. Recipe cards can be found in the tumbleweeds, graves, sunken chests, and some boons. They added new recipes, added 2 egg crockpot recipes, tall bird recipe, a beefalo feed recipe, adjusted the stuffed fish head and veggie burger, cooking priority to prevent multiple results. Banana shake can no longer be made with meat, fish, or monster meat. Frozen daiquiri can no longer be made with meat or fish. Beefalo can now eat roasted birch nuts. Ice cream is now classified as goodies. Change the time for the tall birds to lay an egg to be more in line with other food resources. The fire pit in the campfire will now drop a charcoal whenever the fire goes out if it was fueled to the max stage. Added information while it goes to help new players learn how to revive. Added the turf razor helm, which is insanely amazing. If you missed my video on it, it's really awesome. Tall bird nests are now guaranteed to generate new worlds. Tallbird eggs have been added to Klaus's loot stash. Merms will no longer tolerate their non-word leader murdering fish. Community feedback, tweaks, and changes. So this is kind of interesting, the things that they've changed since then. So let's go ahead and this is things that you probably put on the forums and talked about. Added loading protection, which will protect survivors while the game is loading from things like transferring to the caves, which is awesome. The cartographer's desk can now erase blueprints, tackle, adverts, sketch, costume patterns, and recipe cards and turn into papyrus. Update the scarecrow skins. Added cooking, fishing, and farming theme boons to the world generation, which is pretty sweet. Ancient stonework turf blueprint can now be found in the distilled knowledge. Digging up the turf in the ruins will now give the turf object. Ruins turf and limitation ruins turf blueprint can now be crafted. Tall birds without a nest will now make a new nest, but only on rocky turf or dirt turf, which is awesome because you can now have tall bird nests essentially. Farms. Well, I guess you always could, but yeah, you know what I mean. Added the snazzy pitchfork, which is a golden pitchfork. I don't know why it says added this patch notes here to give you some points. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And then there's like a link. Increase the number of uses for the tent and siesta, which is awesome. It's like doubled now. The camper's tent now restores health at the same rate as a tent. The straw roll now restores some of the health while sleeping. The furry roll will now affect your body temperature while sleeping. Trail mix can now be made with raw birch nuts. Really cool. The tin fish bin can now hold up to 20 fish, can now be built on the dock tiles. The bookcase can now be used to open skin gifts, which is exactly what it should be doing. The insulated pack and sea pack are no longer burnable. Pretty awesome. Added a confirmation pop-up for the reset now button when all players are dead. Improved how the camera behaves when zooming all the way out. Steeped lunar essence can now mutate lobsters, mounds, and birds. The distortion setting has been changed, which is really cool. The lazy forger can now be repaired with nightmare fuel. Pretty insane. Change the materials required to build in all stages of the hermit home. Skitter squids now always drop a light bulb, which is awesome. Pressing the spacebar will no longer activate pinch and witchin. Mass place on the land, and the mannequin can now be rotated in the fencing sword, which is really cool because I've had that in mega bases before. When Worley expects food, he will now comment if it is something he ate recently. C_free crafting now takes the same optional user parameters of C_god mode, aka this is a new command for that, which is pretty awesome. Notes for dedicated server, notes for mods, changes and bug fixes since the recent update. I'll just skim through this extremely fast. Action strings are no longer displayed for players performing in stage plays. Don't know what that means. Worley's food memory will now be shown in addition to the original inspection line. Briarhounds will now swim in the ocean. Cool. Okay, I was wondering about that. Pirate boats that escape won't leave cursed trinkets floating on the water. Adjusted when the cloud effects will turn on, going to past the max zoom. Fix. Bunch of fixes. Mimes will mime on the stage when speaking. Caccoons will no longer go home to a burning den. And of course, let's talk about the actual awesome stuff that they've also added in here. New skins, which I'm going to be showcasing in a video here just right after this one, showcasing all the new skins that just got released. So, of course, it's called the Moonbound Survivor's Chest, and they gave us the ability to, that's right, change the skins of multiple different things, enchanted pillars, the caverns, the headstone, philosopher's stone. Look at these things. These are literally the entrances to, like, these are reskinned things for cave entrances and all that stuff. I mean, they just look so awesome. So, yeah, so now going into the caves, you can literally have your world look like this. Like, how awesome is that? So we're going to go ahead and showcase that after in a video after this. Now, annual skin sale is on right now, meaning everything is 50% off, which is even a bonus, and we also get a login reward too, just for logging in the game. Not to mention, you can still go ahead and get yourself, which we're going to see here in, where's it at? Somewhere down here. You can actually go and partake inside of the Halloween competition, which I will post in another video because a lot of people were asking about that and if they're going to have it this year. Yes, they do. So I'll talk about that after. So you get a login reward bonus just for logging in. Of course, this is currently the Twitch drop going on right now for just watching on Twitch TV for anybody that has drops enabled. And that's it for now. Well, we are on our way to our next update. I'll tell you one thing. The short's that's going to drop with that one is looking to be something magnificent. Have fun out there. So essentially, we know it's going to be something huge because the next update is going to be revolving around the Wilson rework and also the Maxwell rework, which is basically the end of the line until they decide to do something crazy, which I have no idea what to expect. Anyways, that is it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one where we showcase the new drops that are the new skins that just came out. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.